Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing excellent. We're still here on the mad dash to finish the FC.
Today.
Intercooler is fixed. Yeah, right. Intercooler and V-mount radiator setup is all in its final resting place. Jeff's over here working away on the exhaust, and luckily everything is coming together right at the right time because we got some additional parts that I've been very excited for right here. Boom. Check this out. So if you know this company and if you can guess by the size of the boxes, we have seats, mounting brackets, and harnesses, all from Cipher Auto, Automotive Lifestyle Revolution. So in here, I've already opened the boxes. We have some great looking mounting brackets specifically for the FC, and we have some really cool seats right in here, but they are some assembly required, so I've got to put the bottom sliders on here because yes, they will have sliders. Do you remember that movie Batteries Not Included?
I do.
Yeah, that was a good movie. Those cute little robots.
Johnny 5 Alive.
No, that's different.
That is not. No, oh, you're right. You're right. It is different.
Yeah, I'm talking about little UFO robots that help them repair that apartment building.
Yeah.
I'll put a clip of the trailer cover. It's a great movie. I loved that when I was a kid.
What was Johnny 5 Alive? What was that movie?
Short Circuit.
Short Circuit, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nostalgia.
Anybody want to watch Flight of the Navigator now?
Oh, dang. Didn't they remake that?
I don't know, but I know the original's on Disney Plus.
Oh, well, that's some good nostalgia for you. Anyway, I'm going to get these out and start putting them together. I just want to set them in here because I have not opened them out of the plastic wrap yet, and I want to see how they look. That looks awesome. Oh, wow. So they are cloth because obviously we want to go to the track, and if we're driving for a long time, as you know, cloth a little bit better for grip and temperature. And then they have some nice faux leather, just accents to make them look cool, and of course the pass-throughs for the harnesses, and they fit in there super nice. Oh man, I'm excited about that. That looks really good.
I want to see it. I know you're talking to the camera, but I want to see this.
It looks really good.
Oh, that's freaking perfect.
Yeah, that's super perfect. Wow.
And it's like, it's the style that matches the car too. You know, it's nothing fancy like a Bride Max Low or something like that. It's just like,
it looks great. Oh man, I'm excited about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the brackets and sliders on, and then I'm gonna give one final vacuum, and then we'll install it. All right, so of course there's no instructions. That's fine because we're professionals. So we got our sliders here, and we want to put this as the passenger one, so we want it to be so that this is pulled up when you want to slide back and forth. So we mess with the other one, and this is the way we want it. So now we got our hardware, which is just a series of hardened Allen head bolts here. And
so I think what we actually need to do for Hi Banana, I think we need to put these sliders onto the seat brackets.
yeah,
because they screw down into it, and if you put the seat on, then how are you going to get the bolt through here? Because if you look at how they are, the nut that receives the bolt.
all right. Well, then we'll figure out the brackets too. Now we could have made seat brackets ourselves, but with all the work we've been doing, all the fabrication, like, you know, it's just one extra thing to tack onto the to-do list, and they're not that expensive. Like, think about time and materials for what we had to spend. I think these brackets from the actual Cipher Auto are 120 bucks or something like that. That's fine with me.
Yeah, see how you want to do this first, or else you wouldn't have access to that if you had them on the bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a good call. Ooh, it's so exciting. I've never done custom seats in a car, or aftermarket seats rather.
Nope, just the same FC seats over and over and over again.
Yep. And always blue seats. These are finally matching the car. That's cool. Jeff is still diligently working on the exhaust. I got the seat bracket on. Now let's just vacuum the carpet again. Let's see how it goes. First seat is in there. Gosh, it looks great. The harness bar behind it there. And it just looks like it's not too in your face. It just looks like it was meant to be there from the factory. Fits in color-wise, obviously. And it just fits in style-wise, too. It does sit pretty high. But, I mean, what am I going to do about that? It's bolted in like a really good bracket. It's bolted in on nice sliders so it can still be comfortable. So I'm stoked. Move on to the driver's side. All right, driver's seat going in. Beautiful. Get this bolted in. This one's a little bit trickier on this side, but we'll get it bolted in, and then we'll check out how we can have a nice, good sit.
Just a good squat?
Yeah. Okay. Whew. Put my last few adjustments. Seat bolts are always a pain in the butt for some reason. Don't know why. But even on my stock seats, I only ran 3 bolts for the longest time because I could not get one of them in. But luckily, we have all 4 in on on both seats. And we are gold. L, K, do, K. Yeah. Beautiful.
Have a good squat.
How does she look?
She looks great. I mean, she looks up high. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But gonna have a little squat.
Oh yeah, it's high up. That's for sure. It's way back. So let's see. Oh. Okay. Clutch went to the floor, obviously. No, it's good. It's going to take some getting used to, and it's going to be difficult to fit in here with a helmet. It's so much higher, actually. That'll do it, though. Just going to be touching the whole time. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they're so high. That's the only problem I have with it right now, but overall, like the design of them,
they're super comfortable.
They're super comfortable, which is important because we're going to be driving it a lot and hopefully road tripping to track days like I used to. And yeah,
trips to 7 stock and Lucky 7.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'm still stoked with it.
Yeah, I like it. I like this. Sitting right here. This is a comfortable seat. This, I think, is even more comfortable than the ones in my Z.
And the ones in your Z don't have as much padding. They're more of a performance seat, where this one,
yeah,
like it doesn't, like the bolstering isn't going to help that much until I'm strapped into the seat. That's the only thing that I'm worried about, is it sitting straight up and down. Let's see.
Yeah, because
but you know, just like with any car and any seating arrangement, I'm going to find a comfortable position that works well. Let's see, look at that. Like I'm touching the ceiling right now. That never used to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like these are inches higher.
I wonder if there's any way we could get some padding taken out of them.
Well, it's like the mounting point for the bracket too. Like the sliders are really thick. I wonder if the sliders that you have are like a low profile slider.
Well, it's not only that. In the Z, they were all electric with a big old motor, so it was a really big drop for me.
Gotcha. I mean, I really like the way they look, and with just a slight lean, I'm fine. So, I mean, like, this is comfortable. I need to come forward a little bit. Yeah, with the slight lean, it's fine. I just can't sit straight up and down, but that's not how you sit in a car like this anyway.
No, you're a little bit low, slung back a little bit. Yeah.
That's good. Cool.
Yeah, these are super dope though. I could fall asleep on this right now.
They're really comfortable. So now, harnesses. So the first challenge with these harnesses is that I have a harness bar, and these are terminated for a bolt mount. So what we need to do is cut this and make sure the threads are nicely sealed off, because once we cut this, we'll be able to use the extra space from this loop right here to pass this back through and secure them to the harness bar. So I'm going to experiment a little bit and figure out what's the best way to cut them, whether I just cut them straight and then burn the ends with a lighter or whatnot, but I'm going to give it a try. So that worked really, really well. So that's going to make things a lot easier instead of coming up with some sort of elaborate cutting device. But it's because of the high quality of this webbing. Sometimes when you cut this stuff, it immediately starts to fray. Not this stuff directly, but other nylon straps and webbing. But even as I rub my finger across it, it's not fraying, so that makes it a lot easier. Because sometimes you have to wrap it in electrical tape, cut it down the middle, then burn it back, and then sometimes you actually have to have a special tool to cut it, or heat it. Some people hit it with the scissors and kind of crazy, but this nice simple approach worked. And the trick with the lighter, if you're wondering, is don't actually touch the material with the lighter. If I use a scrap piece and I actually get the lighter right on it, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but it starts to deform it, and it's going to make it difficult to slide it back through any of the pieces, because it's actually going to change the shape of it a little bit. But if you just put it next to it and just let the heat, ambient heat, radiant heat do it, it doesn't change the shape as much. And you can see it there. This stuff might work both ways because it's really high material, high quality material, which is good. But yeah, I just got to do that a few more times, and then we're going to be ready to wrap these around the harness bar. I got the passenger side ran through here. I'm still messing with length a little bit because it gets a little complicated, because you have to tie it back here, and then your seat has to be able to, like, these are barely just hanging in there, because I need it to be able to go all the way forward, lean forward, but then also be able to be tightened when it's in the back position. And these I want to wrap up a little bit tighter, but basically with the end cut, I was able to go underneath, over, under here, in here, up, back down, and then swing this around, and then I'll be wrapping these up in nice little bundles behind here. But I'm just going to test fit it like this and see if we can get the harnesses kind of snug the way I want them. For right now, I'm going to move on to the lap belts. So right down here, we have the seat belt, stock seat belt. So right back here, we got a 16 millimeter bolt. I'm going to go ahead and undo that one. And then on the other side, usually you would go and deal with the stock bottom of your seat belt, but I have this nice other place to secure it right there that we already used from our harness bar, and that is a alternate seat belt mount that exists in the FC. So I'm just going to put it to there. It'll be more equal across, and I think a little bit easier to access instead of getting up underneath the carpet. There is another bolt right there, but again, that'll be bolted at a weird angle to the floor, while these will both bolt against the side of the car. So yep, gonna get that sorted out. A little bit awkward because looks like the fabric's gonna have to stay, the carpet's gonna have to stay flapped up there, but nice and installed tightly. Now to test fit myself, see if I fit in this thing, and if maybe different sized passengers, including my tiny baby brother, will be able to fit in this seat. Okay. There's more length than I need here, and these aren't tightened up at all yet. And my lap belt here, I want to have this facing down, so that's to release it. This is locked because if you put it facing up, your big belly might push on that when you lean forward and let it go. So let's see, tighten this up quite a bit. Okay, something like that should work. Match that in. Let's see here. Okay, that's as tight as I can make it. Tight as I can make it. Okay, still plenty of room, so I can bring these back a little bit more. Attempt number 2 definitely looks better. I have all this slack, so I want it to be like impossibly tight almost at first. Pull these down. Pull these down. There we go.
Oh shit. Your boy.
Oh yeah, that can become pretty tight.
I cannot wait to go on a day. I gotta get a helmet.
No, I can't go anywhere. Good. All right, that's perfect. And if I need, I can expand this out for my future plans of gaining more weight. That should do it. Now I know my target. We just finished wrapping up the straps back here, so they're nice tucked away and look neat. We wrapped around this top holster, so they look pretty good. They're not perfect, but heck, that hurts the hands to do all that. So now Jeff is going to jump in and see with the harness, which is fully installed on the passenger side, if he can make it fit for him.
If it fits for me, it can fit for anybody. Alrighty, so I assume here.
No, that's the bottom one.
Oh,
Flip the cam lock.
it's there.
Okay, good.
It's just a little jingly. Where's the other one? Am I good?
You're sitting on it.
Yep. Okay. I've never done a harness before.
Oh yeah, well it definitely fits you. It's twisted up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, good. And I have these on, but I have these on the tightest setting. So that's not good. So that means if I sit there, oh no, sorry, they're on the loosest setting.
Dore Fudo Master.
Okay, cool. The only thing is you're pretty big, so if we have to put somebody else in there, are they going to be able to? But yeah, because this will go down lower, and then it'll be tighter, which you can lower it too to your waist.
Yeah.
So tighten it around your waist there.
And then give it a good look. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm
good.
in here.
Nice.
I am really in here.
And then to release, boom. Sweet. Okay, cool. So just get the driver's side dialed in, and then we'd be killing it with this harness. And here we have it. The last harness installed. Both seats in there. Everything tucked away nice and tight. Looks really, really good. I'm going to get in here, be in the driver's seat, and see if I've got everything adjusted correctly. Ow. These seats are quite a bit higher. Let's see here. So just a note, I did have to put the cam lock gear from the passengers, excuse me, from the door, coming in, which is a little awkward, but again, that's to have this at the bottom instead of up against my belly where I can undo it by accident. Plenty of slack on these right now. So there is a provision for a 5th point on this harness, which is really cool because obviously we're going to want to upgrade at some point so we can get the crotch belt so we don't submarine if we're doing something serious. But for now, this is more than enough. And again, you know, the harnesses look cool, but more importantly, this car does not have airbags. And these guys right here, if you tighten them and install them correctly, are going to hold you in place better than and into a safer situation than an airbag would, even if you have some sort of, God forbid, accident. Can I get these in? Whew. Oh man, that cam lock gear is really good. I really like this. There we go. And nice and tight. Oh boy. Yep. Lap belt needs to be a little bit tighter, but that is gonna hold me right in place. Release. Oh, nice. And these can just fall nicely to the side. So, final thoughts about this. I will say that the headroom with the seats leaves a little bit to be desired, because obviously we want to get a helmet in here, and I don't even have the sunroof in here, and my head is not going to fit in here with the helmet. I'm actually touching, so that is a little bit disappointing. I'm sure that there's things I can do to modify the padding and stuff, but that's pretty complicated and I'm not sure. The other option is, of course, I can take the sliders off. So if I do need to go for competition, I can simply take 4 bolts off, get the seat mounted directly to the bracket, and I'm sure that that will work just fine. The seats are very comfortable. They have good bolstering, but not too much. It's going to be good as a daily driver, but holds my legs straight up and down so that it's going to be nice driving position. The bolstering on the side, in combination with the harnesses pulled up tightly, feels very nice. And all in all, I'm not sacrificing much comfort for all of this. The harnesses are really cool looking. They're really high quality. They're very easy to install, and the cam gear lock is sweet. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you check out Cipher Auto. Just be prepared. They're sold out of stuff most of the time because they have very competitive pricing and a very high quality product. Exciting for this channel, you're going to be seeing the FC start up in the next video and finishing all the final last little tidbits. This has been a long project for us, the biggest project we've undertaken since rebuilding the entire previous burnt chassis, and we're very excited to see that go on. Please remember to check out the links in the video description. Be kind to each other out there, and when they ask you, tell them you want more.